Welcome back to the Holotable Games Network. I'm Ginger Joe, and this is not Corey. So this is my good buddy Steve. Say hi.
Hello.
So Corey's got the vid, so Steve has graciously decided to step in and fill in for our Throwdown Thursday segment, where we're going to bring you some gameplay of some decks. So let's go ahead and pop on over to the table. And for this week, I am bringing you my Mandalorian Blue. And Steve is set up with a Darth Vader Tarkintown. So this will be Mandalorian Blue versus Darth Vader Tarkintown. My deck is basically a little bit of like cheeky control type stuff. I got some fun things that I can do with the deck that I want to see if they pan out. And Steve is a very aggressive deck and tries to use grit to his advantage so that he can not only hurt me with Vader's ability, but help himself at the same time. Let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, that's the one thing we got to do. Haha, roll for initiative. Dice. Come here. All right. And 29 to 66. Order 66. Is this I'm glad I'm not playing a Jedi deck then, because you would murder me right now. Okay, so go like that, go like that, go that. That's gonna take some editing. I'll figure that out. I hit the mouse button and it moved over to a different screen. That's okay. We'll figure it out. You already cut, and I just shuffled.
Yeah.
I'm a goober. Oh well, it's fine. So 6 cards. 6 cards. Just so you know, oh, you got the initiative, so
Yeah.
bam. Just so you know, you can go about 3 cards out from the middle before you start getting outside the screen. So if you have to do that, just start layering below it, and that'll keep things visual. And if you keep your resources towards the top end, that's going to get you in screen there. All right. Da, 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 da. Okay, so Tarkintown. I always hate Tarkintown decks. They're very annoying. So you're on initiative. It's all on you, man.
Okay. And I don't draw first turn.
You do not draw. No. Going for Mahdi right away. Okay. Do the Follower of the Way. It takes 1 resource to actually do that.
Oh, it does. Couldn't see that in the dark.
Oh,
Okay, then
you claim.
clap.
Okay, I pass.
Oh, wait.
What? You have to do damage to me to Tarkintown.
Okay. Yeah.
Interesting. Admiral Mahdi can be very painful when you get Vader into play right away. Or when you get Vader into play, because then he can like double swing on people. But this is also going to be an interesting. Okay, go into space. And now you can Vader. If I swing into Mahdi, you can ready the ship. I think I'm okay with that. You're probably going to Tarkentown. We'll go ahead and swing into Mahdi. I'll take 1 damage back. So you can ready your TIE Fighter now.
Yep.
Ouch. So you just equipped IG 88,
88.
which means if this unit is damaged, he gets +3 attack, but he just turned him into a 2/4 in space at this point in time. I am going to, I think, do this. We're going to put down Axe Woves. So Axe Woves gets +1/+1 for every upgrade on him, including the shield that's on him. So he's a 3/3 with a shield right now. Very very interesting card, Axel. I really like him in this set, and so this is one of the decks that I'm trying to like build around and see if I can work with him pretty well. Because with Mandalorian having a lot of upgrades to tap things down, I think it plays very well together. So, makes it your turn. Two damage to my base.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take the initiative from you at that point in time.
I'll pass.
Okay, not going to Tarkin Town.
Nope.
Okay. So, draw two. So, what am I doing here? Going into 4 resources. That is probably what I should be doing here. So, save that and that for that. That's that. That's that. We'll go ahead and do this. Okay. Um, let's reread IG-88. Attached unit gains while an enemy unit is damaged. This unit gets +3 attack. So since I was damaged, it was actually I take 5.
Oh, dang.
So that was actually way more painful than I thought it was going to be. So again, IG-88 in conjunction with the Darth Vader ability, you're pinging damage all over the place. So that's almost like a guaranteed 2-cost upgrade for +3/+3. So, or when he comes into play, he's a 5-cost 7/5 for 5, which is pretty nasty. Okay, are you good?
Yep.
Okay, so that was more painful than I thought it was going to be. Let's see if we can even this out. I'm going to put a Dark Saber on Axe Woes. Dark Saber gives me +4/+3, but since it's on Axe, it's an additional +1/+1, so it's a +5/+4. Because I'm putting an upgrade on, I can exhaust the Mandalorian and exhaust a unit with 4 or less remaining health. So you have 4 less health. I can exhaust you at that point in time. The other thing the Darksaber does is when I attack with this unit, I can give other Mandalorians +1 experience. So this is a Mandalorian, just so you know. Okay, so we'll just put this on that to indicate that you used it. So Tarkin Town's this one away. And then I'm going to swing for 8 at your base. So 5, 6, oops, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they're double-sided, so. Nice. I will claim the initiative. So it pings the shield away. And I take 1 damage to my base as well.
Yep.
Pass.
Yep.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so I am going to perilous position this unit. When played, I exhaust that unit.
Okay.
And then since I played an upgrade, I can exhaust the Mandalorian to then exhaust that unit. So this kind of stuff works great against decks that have units. Not so good against like control decks that are just trying to remove my units at that point in time with event cards. So, okay. I'm going to go ahead and equip Mandalorian armor. Again, because I'm Axe Woves, that's going to give I'm a Mandalorian, so I get a shield. That shield gives me +1/+1, and the armor gives me +1/+1. So it's like getting +3/+5 out of that.
Do you want to?
Take the shield off. Okay. I'm going to swing, and that's going to be for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. Yeah, that'll flip to a 10. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I pass. So this is the turn that the Mandalorian can come into play on, just so you're aware. And for the record, I built both of these decks. So Steve is playing a deck that he has never played
Yeah.
before.
No,
So
that's game.
can't do anything about it.
Nope.
Okay.
I literally do nothing but units this whole game. So.
Yep. So okay. So that's game one. We're gonna move on to game two. See if maybe Steve can get a little bit better of a draw. We can also switch sides if you want to.
No.
Okay. Getting Axe and not having an answer for Axe is
Yep.
pretty much that's a nail in the coffin kind of thing. So it's one of those. It's kind of how the meta is right now, though. Is if you can get a unit and you can suit it up with like a lightsaber, you can suit it up with some gear, and your opponent has no answers for it, you're in big trouble.
Mm-hmm.
There is lots of item removal in that, but you just didn't draw it. So
Yeah, no,
it's like
I thought some when I looked through it, and so it was one of those where I'm just like, just drawing units. There's nothing I can do.
yeah, and with me being able to tap down your units and prevent you from even swinging with them, you couldn't put the pressure. But I did like the way that panned out pretty well because that was major pressure very quickly. It is very akin to the Vader unit because Vader is a pilot for 3 that gives +3/+3. That was basically a pilot for 2 that gives +3/+3.
Oh,
And
I
yeah,
had the Vader in my hand.
yeah, but what I like in that deck is the IG-88 still allows you to equip the pilot. It's a villain card you equip. Then you can still activate Vader, which then triggers the IG-88
Yep.
to come online at that point in time. So it's kind of a nice little synergy that maybe the Vader pilot isn't the way you want with that or something. So it's just little like synergy things like that that I'm constantly trying to look for whenever I'm building a deck. And it's finding those nuances because just because it's a powerful card doesn't mean it fits into every single deck. Sometimes you want B instead of A because B fits better in multiple situations than A is just gung ho all the way through. Oh, 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 oh my. Um, try this way? Question mark? Should I not have done that? Should I have done? I should probably do it this way, realistically. Okay, so you have the initiative.
All right.
See, ideally, that's what you want to have for a start right there is a nice 1 drop that then you can turn on for your Tarkin Town ability right away, because I'll drop that.
Yeah, do one.
Ping it, ping it. Okay. So I'm going to claim the initiative.
I'll go and kill
You'll
it.
go ahead and kill it right away. So typically with a Tarkin Town deck, that's what you want to be doing, because then it's just like you're clearing that opposition right away. You basically make my turn be nothing off the turn. So, and then you pass,
Yep.
and then we're going. Okay, so I'm going to pass. Three damage. Okay. So now I will play Axe Wolves again. 3 for that. Okay. I will claim the initiative.
Yes.
Okay. Hmm. See, I have to think about what I'm playing against here. Because I really love this card for what it is, but I don't think it's going to do enough for me here. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
I have that Dark Saber again, which is going to allow me to exhaust that unit.
Thank you.
Just pop the shield.
Yep.
Okay. Axe Wolves is going to attack your base for 5, 6, 7.
Down to one.
Oh, very nice. So what is it? No disintegrations. What?
Deal damage to a non-leader unit equal to one less than its remaining hit points.
So this is an interesting question, though. So I have +1/+1 because of the upgrade. So technically, I have 6 health, so I take 5 here at that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I claim the initiative.
One more.
Yep. And that'll kill him, and then that puts me to 5 over here. So that's the other reason why I am running the Vader deck, is that no disintegrations is just brutal as I can kill whatever I want. So I was curious as to why you ran the trooper in instead of using the thing to ping the shield off first, and
Yep.
that was the exact reason why.
Yep.
So excellent. So I claimed and you pass. There we go. So let's do that then. Need that, need that. So we'll do this. So the card that I resource that I really love with Axe Woves is Shadowed Intentions. It prevents you from bouncing and or using hard removal to get rid of them. And normally this card isn't great because it gives no stab bonuses for 3 costs, but on Axe Woves, it's a +1/+1, and then you can't do any of that stuff to me. So it's fantastic against control matchups, but against you have a lot of upgrade removal that just really wouldn't do much against you. So I was like, nah, I don't think we want that. So, all right, I had initiative, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we are going to spin 4. to put a Razor Crest into play. When Razor Crest enters play, I can get an upgrade from my discard pile and put it back in my hand. Well, that Dark Saber is going to come right back to my hand now. Something to note that we never brought up. Dark Saber is normally a green card. I'm playing yellow-blue, but because it goes onto a Mandalorian, I get to ignore the aspect penalty on it. So that's why I didn't have to pay the extra to put that into play.
Okay.
Just going for the 3. Okay. I unfortunately am just claiming right here.
Four. Aggression. I'll do 4 to you, then ready him.
Ouch. Okay. You can't use his ability because it requires a villainy or a black card to be played.
Yeah.
Aggression is not that. But it's still a good play. 3 damage to the base.
More.
Bam.
Best.
Okay. No, that's not right. It needs to be... It needs to be this. Okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start off just by flipping the Mandalorian into play. So it does the same thing, only now it's 6 or less health instead of 4, and it's for as many upgrades as I play.
Okay.
IG88, okay. Just a 4/5 at the moment because I am not currently damaged.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to then play the Dark Saber on the Mandalorian. That allows me to tap down your Trooper.
Get 1. Come more.
Okay, so 1 here. 1 here takes me to 7. 12. Now you're a 7/5. That's gross. We are just gonna go 8 to your base. Just got a 3. Oh, or that. Okay. Since you claimed, I guess I'll go ahead and drop Anakin there. And then I'll pass. You're at 15. Vader comes out this turn. 8, 9, 10. The 22. Okay. I can see the wheels turning and the math being calculated in his head right now.
Okay.
Okay, so Anakin dies, you take 2 damage back. 1's over there. I am going to play. Can I do that? You attack Anakin, so that's 7. I gotta remind myself what Vader is when he flips. Meh. 5, 8. Gross. 7, that's 12. 24. I think we just have to try to do it this way. Act Wolves.
Now I forget, if I use his ability and then flip them, he comes and plays tap.
No, when you flip, you're always ready as a leader.
Even if after you
Even if you use your ability, correct. I think it was actually closer than it looks. Oh, gross. Okay. So, what is the name of that card again? I forget.
twice the pain.
Twice the pain.
No, twice the pride.
Twice the pride. So he's taking 2 damage, but he just got 4 more attacks. So that puts him up to 11. He might have just. It's 11 of 23. I think you forced my hand. 23, 24. Right now I clock you at 1 short, but I don't know if that's going to last. It's not as much value as what I wanted, but I think I have to do it this way. I'm going to waylay IG-88 back to your hand, which then means the twice the pride goes to the discard pile. What do we got? Okay, a scimitar. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go 8 damage into your base, and that's going to give an experience token to Axe Wolves. Ping off the shield. I'm going to claim you flip, but I think I still get it.
Yeah.
Because you can kill Axe Wolves here,
Yep.
but the Mandalorian's going to get you. And you're just short of being able to kill here with the ability combined. So Yeah, the Waylay did it to you.
Yep.
I think you were a little short even with the Waylay, but at least you could have IG-88'd into the Mandalorian at that point in time, and then you would have been fine to have Vader kill Woes by just pinging the shield off with that other thing.
Yep.
So, I mean, if I didn't have the Waylay, I think you had that. Because once I had a Rivals Fall, but once I committed to dropping Axe, that took Rival Fall off the table. But I was trying to save that for your Vader at that point in time. So,
Yeah. Just to see.
you want to run another one?
Yeah.
No? All right.
Yeah, just more units.
Yep, yep.
But here's the
That's
Pathfinder.
that's the one that I really wanted to see have pan out is Paz Vizsla, and then you can twice the pride on Paz Vizsla, and now you're getting +8 from that attack. Or if you can know disintegrations on Paz Vizsla, now you get a bonus 10 damage from him, so it's hitting for 13. So either one of those things on Paz is like your big swing on 6 if you can pull it off, kind of thing. Definitely some interesting things that panned out in that deck. Still work in progress, kind of thing. I just don't know if it's a great deck because of the fact that Vader comes out so late without combining with like some kind of like a ramp of some kind. I need to know there's a red-green version of it. But I really wanted to see with the Tarkin Town if that can really help get you there quicker by taking away a lot of their early game out of the opponents. So
And it may just, since I know how to play the game, but I'm not experienced with it, maybe
sure.
trying to use it right away
No,
just isn't.
using Tarkin Town right away is typically what people want to do. Now, that particular unit, maybe not on that one. Maybe saving it for something like an Axe Woes or something else later on, since you
Mm,
knew that I have those in the deck. But like you said, I think that's just like frequency of playing. You literally sat down with the deck
yeah.
now.
Yep.
So no worries on that front. But again, Tarkentown also might not be the right decision to run with that. So a lot of it was, again, you saw the Scimitar come out at the very end there. That's also a card that, like, if you can get into play and then ping even the 1 damage on your own unit,
Oh yeah,
suddenly
yeah.
you jump that up to a
Yep.
6 attack at that point in time, and you're just pushing damage kind of thing.
Yep.
So the deck is designed to allow Vader to use his ability both offensively and defensively at the same time.
And you see it easily. So
Yep, excellent. Well, there you go. A little quick Thursday throwdown for us at Hollow Table Games Network. We'll catch you next time around with a couple new decks for you. Have a good one.